A very warm morning to all. My name is Listener, and it's an honor to be the chairperson for this wonderful event. We're very happy to receive all of you here today in this website launching event organized by National Foundation for India, co-funded by European Union and hosted by Ken News. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed such a diverse and a dynamic representation in our midst, and hopefully we'll have a pleasant and a fruitful time ahead.
A very good morning to everyone present here. Greetings from National Foundation for India as well as Care Youth. I stand here to give a short brief welcome note where in the first place I would like to welcome our Sir Sri Sachin Jaswal, IAS Deputy Commissioner, Department of Education, and to all our special invitees. Before we start, I would like to highlight what NFI is all about. So National Foundation for India is an organization based in New Delhi, and what we do is we firmly believe in providing opportunities for the underprivileged as well as platforms for the disadvantaged. Our goal is to initiate need-based intervention with long-term fixes so that communities may become reliant and self-resilient. And our project, this particular project, Leaving No One Behind, which is building pathways for peace in Northeast by engagement of civil society and youth leaders, was started in the year 2020 in 3 states, so Assam, Manipur, and Nagaland, where KenYouth is a local partner of NFI.
Proceed on with the second message that is from Ms. Kulintala Jamir, Board Member, Ken News.
Good morning, everybody. So happy to see all the stakeholders of the district here. The Sustainable Development Goals, as we all know, is something that many people in our society are not aware of. 17 goals that the world is focusing on. That is the society we are living in, and each one of us, you and I, are a part of it. In this scenario, Can Youth is only trying to play a small role in our own capacity and ability, giving all our effort and not seeking for our own benefits, but young people, engaging very young people. You will see all the young people here as the employees of this NGO, working so hard to achieve these goals that the world is focusing on, the entire world is focusing on and working towards. We don't get support from the government, to be very honest. We go to the stakeholders to ask for support, but we don't get the help. I am sorry to say that each one of us present here are a part of the stakeholders, including the student organizations, the government agencies, the civil society organizations. All of us are in one or the other organization as leaders. But what role are we playing in supporting and making this society a better one? To help the less privileged people, to uplift the poor, and to make education available and accessible to all the children and young people and the youths. Can Youth focuses on 4 thematic issues of our society especially, and that's health, wellness of all of us, health and well-being, education, skill development and livelihood, leadership development. And when we focus on these 4 thematic issues, we work with children, we work with adolescents, the young people, the youths, women, and the stakeholders. And here I want to focus on the stakeholders, who are you and I today. We call for each one of you for our programs, and so grateful that you all come if we don't support each other. How can we uplift the young people and the children in the rural areas? And that is why, as a board member of Can Youth today, I really want to appeal and request all the stakeholders to kindly support us. When these young people come to your offices to work together, when they come to your offices to seek your support, and student union also, student organizations also, the village councils also. When we come to you to work together in your area to support your area people and your children, please don't turn them away. Say that you are there for them and work together. And that's the request and appeal on behalf of the board members of ChemYouth I want to make today to all the stakeholders.
Now, we would like to present a token of appreciation to our special guest. So I request our special guest, please come forward, please accept this token of love.
Thank you, Chairperson, for the program. All the representatives from various departments, civil societies, government officials, my dear friends. Now, as already been mentioned by the earlier speaker, now, the sustainable development goals, we always keep hearing about them in social media, in newspapers, sometimes through Niti Aayog reports also we have been kept hearing. And surprisingly, there's much to be desired as far on the achievement of these sustainable development goals as far as our state is concerned. We sometimes keep reading of some adverse reports also, which because there are 17 goals which are yet to be achieved. And these sustainable development goals we see, they are not in isolation. Whether it be no poverty, zero hunger, peace, then gender equity, all our efforts, whatever we do in our offices, whatever we do in policy making, it all contributes to these sustainable development goals. If we see, no poverty is the goal to be achieved by 2030. But then unless and until we generate self-employment, we ourselves are, because government itself, the government, the employment avenues are saturated. So it does not mean no poverty, does not mean that everybody has to have a job. Self-employment itself is a job. So we ourselves have to create those things, and this is where the partners like CanU, they go mobilize people. I think some skill development training is also being provided. So these all accumulate and help in achieving these sustainable development goals. Similarly, for example, in the gender equality as well. Now, gender equality, if we see, of course, Nagaland, we are still as in coming forward with the traditional ways, and we are still trying to accept whatever is there, the modern political setup. But slowly, if we have to achieve that, all the responsibility, the onus is also on the ladies to come to the forefront. They have to take leadership roles. They have to come to such positions where the decisions is taken on the basis of gender equity, where whatever decision, whether it be at the government level, whether it be at the village level or at the colony level, whatever is beneficial to the society, it should be an inclusive mix. And at the same time, I would request the departments also, because if you see all just, I also don't recall all the sustainable development goals, 4, 5, 6, so I also recall, but then just for the clarity of the audience, I'll quickly go and read those 17 goals. Number 1 is no poverty. Number 2 is zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production, climate change, life below water, life on land, peace, justice and strong institutions, and partnership for the goals. So if we see, these are all broad subjects that we have. We are talking about zero hunger. So the government, from the government side also, so many flagship schemes are there. The National Food Security Act is there, where people are getting, all those priority households are getting rations per month. Even the poorest of the poor also, they have a separate category of the AAY. But then whether the things are actually being delivered on the ground, I think this is where the society has to mobilize itself, whether people are aware about their rights or not. They are supposed to get per person 5 kg of rice, whether that information is available with the person or not. I think this is where all the stakeholders have to come together. Of course, there's a there's an accepted apathy in the government departments that if you see that this is not my job, this is my job, this is your job, why is somebody trying to infringe in my sector? These are all the problems and the general scenario that all government departments suffer from. But then, if we have to achieve these sustainable development goals in totality, we have to just keep doing what we are doing in a better way. I think there's no because whatever policies are also being framed by the central government or by the state government, they are aligned with that. Now we are talking about, say, for example, quality education. So, right to education is there, Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, this Samagra Shiksha has come. So, the broader picture of all these SDGs are already there in our policies and frameworks. But then we have to involve all the stakeholders that whether actually these are being implemented on the ground or not. So I think I request the departments also, when such noble institutions are trying to work for the benefit of the community, where sessions are being held at to the village level, I think we should be more supportive. And if there any information is being sought by them, or if any some IEC campaign is to be conducted by the department, I think we can partner with them. That will also help their cause, and at the same time will benefit the department as well to carry forward the scheme, the project and policies at the grassroots level from your side. And on behalf of the district administration, I thank the organizers for having this, giving us this opportunity to all the stakeholders to be present there. And we hope that with the launching of this website, we will also be enlightened a bit, and also how to carry forward this goal of achieving this SDGs by 2030. Thank you.
Good morning to you all. Respected special guest, Sri Sachin Jaiswal, Deputy Commissioner, Government Departments, NGOs, CSOs, student bodies, advisors, and board member of KenYouth, media partners, and to you all, the guests here today. It is an honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on the launching event of NFI project. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's event a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, Sri Sachin Jaiswal, IAS Deputy Commissioner, for sparing your valuable time and gracing this very occasion. I also express my heartfelt thanks to Ms. Ilandula Jamil, board member, KenYouth, for sharing your valuable thoughts and enlightening us. I also like to thank to all the government departments, CSOs, NGOs, for sparing your time to be here with us today. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank to all the student bodies for your presence and constant support towards the organization. And also, special thanks to our press and Providence Institute for the media coverage. Last but not the least, to all the guests here today for your presence and making this an event a successful one. Thank you so much.
Of course, SDGs, it's where all the departments, all the community, everyone has to participate. But then again, what we are having in our state, of course, the central sponsor schemes are there. But I think, for example, for industry development, I think some more industrial hub also needs to open so that we can generate more employment, more revenues for the people. Because having self-employment or employment per se, or earning this respectable livelihood, I think whether it be poverty, whether it be health, I think things will definitely improve when the person has the paying capacity. So I think we need to think on that line and focus a lot on employment and earning avenues for our youth as well. There are a host of opportunities, but then the only thing which I would suggest is we should not be always looking for a very success in a very short gestation period. What we are thinking that yes, everything, even in the department also, what we see that in the skill development, for example, many training programs are being arranged where people are being placed also, but then the attrition rate is very high. People, of course, the salaries that after the training program that are being given are generally 20,000, 25,000 per month, which is a decent and respectable amount. But still, again, people go, even if they are placed out, after 4 5 months, they come back. I think see, the world is very competitive, it is very challenging, but then whenever we get those opportunities, we should also try to get out of our comfort zone and stick to it. Because all those success in short time and in one day we cannot be a millionaire or a billionaire. So we should have that patience as well. So whatever job we are doing, at least we should try to stick to it for some time. And if we want to further improve upon that, we should give the substantial time to that job as well. So that's what I want to say on that front.
Thank you so much, sir. Umi Kota.
Yeah, first important thing is that we should know the traffic rules. Being educated people, young people, we should know the rules. And only when we know the rules, we will be able to follow. So first thing is the awareness of the law. Yeah, that is very important. And not only knowing the rules, but following it. That is more important again. Following the rules. Knowing the rules and following the rules. Our roads are very bad. And these days a new road has come up. Many roads are coming up. So we are all in the learning stage. But we have seen that road accidents are getting. Earlier there were a lot of road accidents, but these days it's becoming lesser. Is that people are also getting educated, and we are also spreading awareness in the media also, and with the school children also. We have seen the last 2-3 days we have worked with the school students also, spreading awareness. It's teamwork of all the stakeholders, not only the police. But we are trying our best from our side. There are a lot of crimes happening in the city, and we are also trying our best. And we have been successful so far in tackling a lot of crimes. But we will request the community also to assist us by giving information and helping us and coming forward to give the statement as witnesses. Like that, it's a teamwork. Not only the police, but with the communities also. That's very important.
Team Better Dimapur, we officially launched in 2017, and we have 9 places where we beautified. We have turned the garbage area into a sitting area, and there are road dividers we paint every year, and we decorate a Christmas decoration also in the city tower. And also we have also implemented given a service to the orphanage. So every year there is an orphanage sports meet. So we organize that. So we collect cloth and we collect toys and for the kids. Also we provide sports amenities to the students. And our focus is mainly on the beautifying our city. So we are a group of people with different professionals. Some are government teachers, some are professors, some are designers, some are modeling, all kind of people. So I wouldn't say it's a kind of an NGO society, but it's kind of like-minded people getting together. So we want to come up with something, we can do something for the society. Not always wait for the government to do it or a department to do it. At least something, a contribution from our side. So basically our job, right now, we're currently doing the divider painting, starting from Jagaban Hotel to the Metro Hospital. And we have recently completed the vertical garden point in Arpan Hut. So over there we just written I love Dimapur, and our sitting area is there, and people can take picture because we feel that we always talk about foreign countries like Paris, Australia, Dubai, New York, but what happened to Dimapur? So we thought with the concept, why only wait for the government to do it? Let our team do it, and something in a small way. But we are starting up with that, and in 2017 we have started that. It was actually started in 2013, but officially launched in 2017. With that team, our team is Team Better Dimapur, that include so many group of people also, like Clean Team, Green Team, AOK, Act of Kindness, and Plural. So many organizations are there. So instead of having so many organizations doing small things, why not we thought club in and make it one team, and that's how we come out with Team Better Dimapur. And this is how we are working, and our focus is greener, cleaner, and healthier Dimapur. That is our focus. Of course, there are a lot of challenges, especially when it comes to beautifying your own cities. So, take an example for divider that's recently going on. Right after the painting is done and divider has been, we have, rebuild the dividers and everything. Still, some, rush driving happens. The divider gets curved off and you always get damaged. So we're repairing 36 times, in fact, re-repairing actually. So that is happening right now, and probably we have tried to do some awareness, even given some announcement, things like happening. But I don't know. I feel like we people are not accepting accepting the modernization of coming new things. I feel that way because basically it's about civic sense. So you should have a basic civic sense that you should not make your city dirty, because we are not a departmental organization. We are not from the government. We are individuals trying to beautify Dimapur, but in that we need the support of people. What kind of support is that? They should not speed on a divider. They should not destroy public property or damage the beautified area that we have made. So we are only requesting the local people and our people that they should participate. How they're gonna participate is by not doing that. Then automatically they are also participating with our team. So, and even logistic problem we have, because most of our work are happening at night. So what happens is at night there is a logistic problem. There is no water. There is no transportation. So we have to manage in so many things. And yes, of course, Dimapur is a place. I understand there are so many organizations and so many NGOs now, and people also think that we are also another kind of NGO who just need a name. And criticism come like a wholesale rate. It's a free wholesale. So anyways, we are not focusing more on criticism. We are focusing more on how to beautify. There are so many things like I say that we cannot be a perfect in 100% on anything they're doing. So suppose we're just having a plantation over there. So we're trying to align it. There are so many flowers mixed of snake plant, ashok tree, these, there are so many there. From the stretch starting from City Tower to the Metro Hospital Junction. So what we are trying to do is we want to align it in 15 feet, let it come grow, and it will be a systematic and symmetrical way. But some people they try to pull it off, and some trees are even dying. And for us, see, we all are into, like I said, we are not into 100% 24 hours for the service. We also kind of service that we are giving out of our will, out of our time, adjusting with the family, with our work. So we do monthly maintenance on every Saturday in a month. So rest is depend on the government, depending on the DMC, depending on the administration, depending on the NGOs. We all can participate because we alone cannot do it. So we want to also convey a message when NGOs, so many NGOs are there, let's all join our hands together and do something for Dimapur. At least start from your own place, then maybe we can take it fire to the other district. But at least for the starting, we can all contribute something, and that the contribution can only come when you have the willingness of sacrificing your time to make our city beautiful. Thank you.
We DDCA feels that the youth empowerment is very important, and which the Ken is doing so religiously in your ways. So we are very happy that you have taken such an initiative, such a great steps regarding the website inauguration and so many other works. And the first most important thing that I feel is that the youth need to have employment, and it is very important that generation of employment is important in our state and particularly in Dimapur. So there should be avenues, and there should be perspectives for the youths in employments, be it in any field. In business, could be self-business, or could be in any way the government should support. I believe there is some schemes like PMEGP which is there, and there are several schemes, but I don't think that is implemented in a right way, and we don't see that results that the schemes are implemented. So we feel that those things need to be looked into, and the roads in Dimapur, especially the roads in Dimapur, is not really nice, not good. So I think the government should look into it. We have DMC. DMC should also look into the roads, the urban development, of course. They should make sure that the Dimapur city, as our Better Dimapur is also working so hard to beautify our Dimapur. So at the same time, we also need a better road for our people, so that our public can commute in a very convenient way. So those are the things, and most important, as I earlier said, that the employment for the youth is the most important thing, that anyone should come forward to help and work for it. Because if there is there is employment, and if there is job for everyone, the place will be any place can be a better place. So that's what my view is. One of the most important factor that a person can do in their livelihood is agriculture, and it's not that we have to only farm, but there is so many opportunities like marketing. I recently had a talk with one of officer from horticulture, and they had a problem regarding the marketing. So if youths are interested, I think they can. There are so many markets like bazaars, like Tuesday Bazaar, Wednesday Bazaar, and things goes on in Dimapur. So those those vegetables can be marketed, and then it can really help a lot of people, not only the villagers but also the youth. They can generate their own employment doing that.
As a women leader, in regards to the empowerment of women, our main aim and focus is to look after the weaker section of women. Then when it comes to weaker section, we are always ready to take up the cases of women, like for example, the women abuse, mentally tortured by from the family side or from the in-laws. So our main focus is to take care and to look after the problem of the women as a whole. Our main focus right now here in Dimapur, especially in Dimapur, since we are from the Dimapur area, we wanted to take up a project and approach the government that, especially the women folks, the vendors, the local vendors. We wanted to focus on them so that we make especially a separate location for them, so that they will be able to take up their business. Most of the time, we see our local people, they don't get a space, even a space to sit, whereas the others are sitting under the shed. For them, with just an umbrella, they sit outside. So our main focus now is we wanted to help the local vendors, especially the women, encourage especially the youngsters right now to be positive and not to depend too much on the parents, because it's high time that the young generation should also go forward, do something for their own living. We just cannot depend on our parents anymore, because this generation, especially the students, almost all the students are very qualified now. So we just cannot go for a government job. Everybody cannot go for a government job. Most of the time, the students, when they go for a government loan in the bank, they have been rejected many a time, and that I have already seen. I would request even the financial bank assistance, the bank, even the government, at least to finance the students, the educated one, so that they can come up with their own business. Then even for the students, the young generation, as I have already said, I would encourage the young generation to be positive, have a positive attitude, and come forward and do something on their own.
Only today I have came across their 17th SDG. As a student organizations, we are concerned, our activities are concerned in providing quality education. Currently, we are focusing on the infrastructures, and then we make sure and we ensure that whatever the facilities that the government is providing are properly implemented. And we have also came across with so many data and policies that when we do the survey, there are so many good policies, and then there are so many facilities for the students, especially for the in education. But then I don't know for what reason that those facilities are not properly provided to the students. Therefore, we ensure that those facilities are provided to the students, and then for that matter, we have also undergoing the two months survey to all the government schools, and we have found that some of the government schools are performing well, but then most of the schools are not performing, and then the facilities are not being provided. Therefore, we are collaborating with some NGOs like Ken Youth, and also with some other stakeholders that the education systems are improved. The government schools, many of the students are domestic helpers. They come from poor family where I think the parents are not given attention. And then the cooperations and the intervention of the parents are also very much needed. And also the students, I don't know for what matter, they don't give importance in education. So comparing to other rural areas, Dimapur is one area where the education are also given importance. But then as we interact with some stakeholders, organizations, student organizations from rural areas, the education not given important. Therefore, we wanted to encourage the students to give importance in their academic, and so that I think they can also contribute with their activities, and whatever the education that they receive, they can contribute to the society.
The challenges that we face is that poor parent support, especially in the government school sectors. Now we have parents from a very poor background who are unable to give them admission in the private school. So with the day-to-day day laborers, so one thing is that they are unable to give them time for the quality education, especially doing the homeworks and etc. also. And then one thing is that in the government schools, we are still a bit weak in the parents-teachers association, parents-teachers meeting. So that's one thing, one of the challenges, and one of the major challenges is that classroom transition. That is regarding the monitoring and supervision of the schools. Now, department is lacking in inspecting the schools and monitoring. We do have blocks in the districts at the blocks where they do the academic, where they do only the academic support to the schools. But inspecting, it's with the transition of the old education policy and the new policy, that is NEP 2020, it has not been clear. So now once it's cleared, I'm sure the transition will be a very good, and then we need a competency-based evaluation in the department also. We need that also. And then now recently this year, Nipun Bharat for class 1 to class 3 has been, the teachers have been trained, and even on Vidya Pravesh, and we did have this Nagaland Reading Festival, where quality education is emphasized. And now with that three ongoing activity in the department, the schools, especially the primary section, are doing very well in that. So one thing is that continuous comprehensive evaluation with that in the department. So now with the advancement of the technology and with now we need more life skills, skill development in the schools. Right now the department has introduced in the high schools and high secondary skill development, and for the middle section also they have come with the pre-vocational education also. So now in the government schools, much improvement is being done, not only on the textbook but even on the skill development is being emphasized by the department. So I'm sure in the coming days the youth can take up, because we not only have the skill development only for the school going children, but even for the dropouts also we do have centers. In Dimapur also we do have two high secondary schools where students can enroll for the skill development.